It was one of those quiet, big moments that happened when we were sat on a bench and no one around us would have known that we'd just agreed to start a family. He and I, we have made our biggest decisions spontaneously. Maybe there was more to it than that, more thought, more yearning, and imagining what our lives would be like as parents. But I don't remember this. I had known for a long time that I wanted to become a mum. I needed to create a family of my own, to feel buoyant in my own sea. And in each other we found a sense of home, and we wanted to furnish it. Maybe it was just as well that I never thought about the tiredness, the postnatal depression, the steady corrosion of some of the best parts of my relationship with him. Of course, while taboo, these experiences of motherhood were not entirely secret. I had heard stories of becoming a parent, but I'm told that the evolutionary urge filters information. Sometime in between pregnancies, I read about a birth strike for the climate. I filtered and filed this information away as extreme and put it somewhere at the back of my mind next to the knowledge I had about the state of our planet or the truths about parenthood. One day soon, I'll take my small family to that simple bench. We'll eat our sandwiches and fruit and we'll say, "Cheers for spontaneity." I'm filled up with contentment and delight. Years later, I'll go back there with my grown-up children. They'll ask me questions about times and choices in my life. I'll feel inadequate as I describe a time when things were so different. "Did you know?" one child will ask. "Did you know how bad things would get?" The question will hang there, caught in the air for a moment, the answer caught in my throat. And then I will say, "Yes, I did. We all did." Is that selfish? I'm so sad, but I don't regret it. You see, my child, there was a long time when the concerns about climate felt too enormous and painful to process. We could still choose to look the other way then. In our country, we felt untouchable at first. When I was younger, I was still expecting the adults to sort this problem out. I saw them as either helpers or haters, but I didn't truly understand back then that not everyone has an equal voice. I didn't understand that our culture connected money and power, and that these resources were held by a tiny minority, or that the concept of common good was fading into ghostly obscurity. My children will nod, thinking about this. They understand these ideas because our society is torn apart. The divisions cut through us, and we as a people are weakened through hatred. Like so many others, my children will know what it's like not to have a voice. They'll be less naive than their mother, and their awakening will have been less stark. I want them to be angry at me. My generation has let them down, but they won't let down the generations that follow. They're wiser and braver than we ever dared to be. My grown-up children know the dangers of blaming individuals, and they will not be led down this route. If individuals are blamed, then who points the arrow at the true target? My children's vulnerability is their truth. They are rich in humanity and are powerful because of it. I swell with pride, humbled by the mightiness that came from that question, sitting here on this bench.